All right, let's go through some wrist CARs. So with the wrist here, we're going to be exploring extension of the wrist, flexion of the wrist, and then there's going to be this deviation, which is your little saucer hand moving back and forth here. First thing I need to do is create some tension with the body. That's what I do with all the CARs. So I'm going to exhale, drop the ribs down, get that ab tension. Can fill to create a little bit more tension and just let it flow through the rest of the body. We want the rest of the body staying still, and we want all of this action going right into the wrist. So I'm going to keep my hand nice and stiff here, and I'm going to go ahead and start by just opening up the wrist as much as I can. Extension, that just means I'm stretching through the belly of the forearm here, and I'm squeezing the back end. I'm then going to squeeze, move the opposite direction. This is flexion. I'm going to squeeze into the front of this wrist. I start to drive a stretch through the back. I'm going to return back, and we're going to think of side to side, this deviation. So I'm going to pull in on one side and then pull in on the other side. I can try to bring this pinky to the side of my forearm and try to bring this thumb to the other side of the forearm. So we're going to actively explore all those ranges of motion. So I'm going to start by flexing or squeezing into the front of the wrist here. I'm then going to turn, so I'm just trying to bring this pinky over to the side, and then I'm going to start to open up and extend that wrist. So try to get this to stretch out as I squeeze the back. I'm then just going to bring that thumb over to the other side. It's going to get that little squeeze on the side and then bring it right back into that flexion. So I'm squeezing into this stuff, reaching over to the side, squeezing into this stuff, opening that up as I extend. I squeeze into the back of the wrist stuff, and then I swing it over to the other side as I squeeze into the other side of the wrist and pull it back. So I'm using all of the muscles, all the stuff in around that wrist to move it through that circle. Again, work the outer edges. And just make sure that this doesn't turn over. So that belly of the forearm always facing up. Give it a go.